This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, the Angle Pod is our handle on Twitter. If you've got a question about that show, just cruise over right now and ask it at the Angle Pod. That's where you can keep a heads up of everything we're going to be doing here. The man of the 90s wants to know, Kurt, did you ever have any hesitations about selling for a person the size of Rey Mysterio?
No, I didn't have any hesitations. Rey is an exceptional athlete. His high flying is impressive. You know, working in the ring with him is a lot of fun. You do a lot of bumping and selling. You catching Rey quite a bit, and you know you have to be his post for him when he does his moves. And it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And Rey is just a joy to work with.
Here's a fun one that I never really thought about, but I guess this makes sense. Umar Khan wants to know, do you feel like it would have been a bigger moment had Rey pinned you instead of Randy Orton?
Well, that wasn't going to happen. They were trying to protect me at that particular time. You know, my wrestling machine character, and you know, they had me finish strong at WrestleMania 22. I mean, I didn't lose the match. You know, I made both of them tap out without the ref looking. They made me look as strong as possible without winning or retaining the title. And you know, that's what they did with me.
Here's another one. This is from Wrestling with Fiction. What's it like entering WrestleMania as the heavyweight champion? Does it feel different to walking in as the challenger? I guess from a positioning standpoint and a poster standpoint, there might be something to that. What say you?
Well, you know, as champion, you get a lot more recognition, but you know, being the challenger, it's almost the same thing. You're both main eventing WrestleMania. It's for the world title. Doesn't really matter who has the title. It's going to matter who comes out of it with the title. So I didn't really see a difference in either one. I wrestled, I was world champion twice, and I lost both titles at WrestleMania. And the other one, I was a challenger against Eddie Guerrero, and he retained the title. So I've never won a world title at WrestleMania, so I don't know how it feels.
That's funny. Lots of questions in this vein. David wants to know, how is it working with Randy at this point? And of course, the insinuation there is with his sort of out of the ring problems, and he is going to face some disciplinary action. Did any of that affect the match, or was he easy to do business with from your standpoint at this point?
No, Randy was great to work with. He caught to it so quickly. It's in his blood. His dad had a lot of success as a pro wrestler. You obviously know that, but Randy was very talented. From the beginning, he caught to the business so quickly, and you know, the stuff he did in the ring was exceptional. So I didn't have a problem working with Randy. He was great.
Colin wants to know, would you have rather had this be a singles match with Rey or Orton, or did you like the triple threat?
Singles match. I would have taken either one, Rey Mysterio or Randy Orton. But you know, I thrive on singles matches. That's what I'm best at. And, you know, I understand triple threats have to occur every once in a while, but I'm not crazy about them because I need to know what's going on at all times. I can't be not included in the match at a particular time. And I also like to, you know, when I want to calm the crowd down and get them going again, I got to get my opponent in a rest hold and get them to, you know, get the crowd to calm down and get them to start cheering again in the way I want them to. So you have a lot more control in a singles match to control the crowd. And a triple threat, you don't have any control because you're not in control because there's three guys going at each other and cycling in and out of the ring. And, you know, there's just a lot of facets going on during the match.
Dave Pearson wants to know, which triple threat do you prefer, this one or the Vengeance 2002 match against Undertaker and Rock?
The Vengeance 2002, without a doubt. The match was a lot longer. We were able to tell a great story, and we had some incredible false finishes. We actually did our own finishes on each other. So, you know, I did the Rock's finish. Rock Undertaker angle slam me, yeah. And, you know, Rock did a choke slam on Undertaker. It was a lot more fun. The match was priceless.
Making Kayfabe wants to know, what were some of the differences in wrestling someone of Rey Mysterio's size and speed compared to a quote unquote traditional performer?
Well, Rey Mysterio is a high flyer. He's a luchador, and he's the best luchador in the history of the business. So he's exceptional at what he does. And wrestling a regular wrestler that's a ground worker, you're not going to have any high flying techniques. So Rey is special, and he does it better than anybody else. He's at the absolute best at high flying.
One last one, then we'll wrap up this week's episode. Do you know what the WrestleMania plan for you would have been had you not replaced Batista on SmackDown? The idea being, if you stuck around on Raw, you know what you would have been doing?
I don't know. I know they had plans for me. I'm not sure what they were, but I'm sure it would have been a feature match. I don't think it would have been for the world title. I think they already had Triple H and John Cena etched in stone. I wouldn't be surprised if I was going to have another match with Shawn Michaels. That was a possibility. I'm sure they were thinking about that because of our previous match at WrestleMania and the matches we had after WrestleMania. I'm sure that they would like to restart that program up, and I would have loved wrestling Shawn again at WrestleMania.
I want to briefly take a time out here and talk about how you were changing some things in your presentation. You're wrestling a different style boot here. It looks less like a wrestling boot and more like a sneaker. Why the change?
Well, one night I had to do a run-in, which is when you run down the ramp and you get in the ring and you get heat on a wrestler. And I had to go down there in my street clothes, and I had my sneakers on, and I ran down the ring and I got in, and my kicks and stomps were sharper. I was quicker. I had more mobility. And I thought, damn, why am I wearing boots? I'm going to start wearing sneakers. So it just helped my performance more. It made me quicker, and I had a lot more mobility, and I was real sharp with my kicks and stomps, and it just worked out a lot better. So I never looked back. I never wore boots again. That was it.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.